Welcome to our English learning channel. Daily podcasts at 7 p.m. Improve your listening skills with us.
Okay, I need to tell you something embarrassing. And Emma, please do not laugh.
I am already laughing and you haven't said anything yet.
Last week, I was at a coffee shop. The barista handed me my order and said, "Here you go, you're all set."
Okay.
And I said, "Thank you. I'm also all set."
Jake.
I didn't know what it meant. She said, "You're all set," and I thought it was like a greeting, like hello. So I said it back like a mirror.
You're all set. I am also all set. Oh my Jake.
She looked at me like I had 3 heads.
You're all set just means everything is ready. You're good to go. It's like saying done or you're good.
I know that now. I didn't know it then.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Slow English Listening. I'm Emma.
I'm Jake. I am all set. You are all set. We are all set.
And today's episode is very, very important because what just happened to Jake, that happens to English learners every single day.
You know the grammar, you know the vocabulary, you studied, you practiced, and then a native speaker opens their mouth and says something like,
I'm totally swamped. Can we rain check this? I need to touch base with my boss first.
and your brain just leaves your body.
It just walks out the door.
Goodbye, brain. See you never.
Today, we are fixing that. American slang, American idioms, what people actually say and what they actually mean.
Buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride.
That's also an idiom, by the way.
We're already teaching. We're so good. Okay, let's start simple. What's the difference between slang and idioms? Because people mix these up.
Slang is casual, informal words you use with friends, but not with your boss, unless your boss is very cool.
Is your boss cool, Jake?
My boss once sent an email with 3 exclamation points, and I was afraid for a week.
Okay, so not cool. Slang is informal words. Idioms are different. An idiom is a phrase where the meaning has nothing to do with the actual words.
For example, break a leg.
If someone says break a leg before your presentation, they want you to do well. They do not want you to break your leg.
Although, if you did break your leg before the presentation, you wouldn't have to do it, so maybe it works either way.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Thank you.
The point is, the words say one thing, the meaning is something completely different. And if nobody tells you, you have absolutely no way to know.
It's like a secret handshake, except with words, and everyone knows it except you.
But after today, you will know it too.
You're welcome, world.
Okay, common slang. Let's go fast. Jake, first one.
Awesome.
The word awesome technically means something so powerful and huge it fills you with awe. A thunderstorm, Niagara Falls, a giant wave.
In real life,
Can I borrow a pen? Awesome.
I'll have the salad. Awesome.
The bathroom is down the hall. Awesome.
Americans call everything awesome. Your pen is awesome. The bathroom direction is awesome. That slightly warm cup of coffee, awesome.
We have completely destroyed the meaning of that word, and we feel no shame.
0 shame. Next one. Hang out.
Hang out means to spend casual time with someone. Do you want to hang out this weekend?
Not hanging. Nobody is hanging from anything. You're just existing near each other in a friendly way.
Watching TV, getting food, talking about nothing important for 4 hours.
That's friendship. That's what friendship is.
Next, burned out.
Oh, this one. Burned out means you are exhausted to your soul, not just sleepy, spiritually tired.
Like your body is present, but your brain went on vacation to a beach somewhere and didn't tell you.
I've been working so much. I am completely burned out. That means I need a nap, a vacation, and possibly a new career.
Americans say this a lot.
Americans are burned out a lot.
Again, whole other episode.
Next one. Wrecked.
Oh, wrecked means totally exhausted, or it can mean something is ruined.
That workout wrecked me, meaning I exercised so hard I can no longer function as a human.
My umbrella is wrecked, meaning the umbrella is broken and now useless.
2 meanings, same word. Welcome to English.
And one more, to ghost someone.
Oh, this is a big one. To ghost someone means to suddenly stop talking to them. No explanation, no goodbye. You just disappear like a ghost.
You stop replying to texts, you stop answering calls, you vanish into the void.
It's extremely rude, but it happens a lot.
So if someone says he ghosted me, they mean that person disappeared from their life with zero explanation.
Like an actual ghost, but worse because ghosts at least let you know they exist by slamming doors and turning lights off.
That is a very good point.
Okay, now the idioms. The ones that will make your brain explode if nobody explains them.
Idiom number 1, under the weather.
If someone says, I'm feeling a little under the weather, they feel sick.
Not physically under any weather, not lying under a cloud, not standing in rain.
Just sick. Hey, I can't come to work today. I'm feeling a little under the weather.
Translation, I have a cold and I want to stay in bed and watch TV and eat soup.
Which is a perfectly valid life choice.
Number 2, on the fence.
I'm on the fence about it. This means I can't decide. I'm not sure. I'm in the middle.
Imagine a fence between 2 fields. On one side, yes. On the other side, no. And you are sitting right on top of the fence, unable to choose.
Which sounds very uncomfortable, honestly.
Very uncomfortable. Should I take the new job? I don't know. I'm still on the fence.
Get off the fence. Make a decision. That's what the idiom is basically telling you.
Number 3, and this one, Jake, you'll love.
Oh no.
Bite the bullet.
Okay, this one sounds extremely aggressive.
Bite the bullet means do the hard thing. Do the difficult, unpleasant thing you've been avoiding. Just do it. Stop waiting.
I've been avoiding the dentist for 2 years. Just bite the bullet and make the appointment.
I need to have a difficult conversation with my boss. Just bite the bullet.
No bullets, no biting, just courage.
Historically, before modern medicine, soldiers actually bit a bullet during surgery to deal with the pain because there was no anesthesia.
And now we use it to mean just go to the dentist.
The stakes have dropped significantly.
Number 4, spill the tea.
Oh, spill the tea means tell me the gossip, tell me the drama. What happened? What's the secret? I need to know everything right now.
You look like something happened. Spill the tea.
No actual tea is being spilled, although spilling tea is a very dramatic thing to do, and gossip is dramatic, so
The metaphor kind of works, actually.
it kind of does.
Number 5, cost an arm and a leg. That car costs an arm and a leg. This means it is very, very expensive.
No body parts are involved in the transaction. You are not paying with your arm. You are paying with your money. A lot of money.
How was the restaurant? The food was amazing, but it cost an arm and a leg.
So, expensive and worth it, or expensive and not worth it?
Depends on the restaurant.
Fair. Okay, my favorite section. Idioms that sound completely terrifying if you take them literally.
Oh, these are so good.
Okay, number 1, I'm dead.
If an American sends you a text that just says, I'm dead, do not call the ambulance.
They are fine.
They are laughing. They found something so funny that they are metaphorically dead from laughter.
You send your friend a funny video. 3 seconds later, Jake, I'm dead.
Excellent response. Best response means they loved it.
Number 2, I could eat a horse.
No horses are in danger. No horses will be harmed.
This just means I am extremely hungry. I would eat a large amount of food right now.
What time is dinner? I could eat a horse.
Translation, I haven't eaten since breakfast and my stomach is making concerning noises.
Number 3, it's raining cats and dogs.
If someone says this, look outside. Is it raining very heavily?
Yes, that's it. That's what it means. Heavy rain.
No animals falling from the sky.
Although that would be more interesting.
It would be very concerning and also incredible.
Number 4, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, this sounds so aggressive.
Excuse me, I have a bone to pick with you. If a stranger said this to me, I would run.
It just means I have a complaint. I'm a little upset with you about something. I want to discuss it.
No bones, no picking, just a mild confrontation about something that annoyed them.
Hey, I have a bone to pick with you. You finished the last of the coffee and didn't make more.
Which is a legitimate grievance, by the way. Very serious.
Very serious crime.
Okay. Rapid fire round. Emma, I see an idiom. You explain it as fast as possible. Ready?
Born ready.
Hit the sack.
Go to sleep. Done. Good night. Lights out. Finished.
Piece of cake.
Easy. No effort. Simple. Like breathing.
The ball is in your court.
It's your turn to decide. Your move. Your problem now. Good luck.
Wrap your head around it.
Try to understand something very confusing. I can't wrap my head around this. I don't get it no matter how hard I try.
Hit the nail on the head.
You said something exactly right. Perfect answer. Bullseye.
Burn bridges.
Permanently ruin a relationship. Do something so bad that you can never go back.
Under the bus.
To blame someone else for your mistake. To throw them into trouble to save yourself.
Wow, that one is dark.
Corporate life, Jake. Corporate life.
Once in a blue moon.
Very rarely, almost never. He cleans his room once in a blue moon, meaning basically never.
Okay, last one. You're pulling my leg.
You're joking. You're not being serious. Is this really true or are you making it up?
Wait, penguins can't fly. Yep. No way. Are you pulling my leg?
No pulling leg. Just, is this real?
Emma, that was incredible.
I studied.
You were born for this.
I really was.
All right, everyone, that is episode 2 of Slow English Listening.
We covered so much today. Slang, awesome, hang out, burned out, wrecked, ghosted.
Idioms, under the weather, on the fence, bite the bullet, spill the tea, cost an arm and a leg.
Scary sounding idioms that are actually fine. I'm dead. Raining cats and dogs. I have a bone to pick with you.
And a rapid fire round where Emma was, frankly, unstoppable.
I was amazing.
You were amazing.
Your homework this week, pick one idiom from today, just one, and use it in a real sentence today.
Text a friend, say it out loud, write it in your notebook, whatever works for you.
And then leave us a comment. Tell us which idiom you're going to use. And tell us, is there a slang word or idiom you've heard and never understood?
Put it in the comments. We will explain it in our next episode.
Because this podcast is built for you, by you, with you.
Or whatever the preposition is. I'm not a grammar expert.
He is not.
I'm a slang expert.
Debatable.
You know what? I'm totally awesome, and you can't take that from me.
See? He used slang. He's learning.
I am the lesson.
Subscribe, hit the bell, tell a friend who's learning English.
And remember, every native English speaker once heard break a leg and thought,
Why would someone want me to break my leg?
and now we all know. Now you know. And that, my friend,
Is a piece of cake.
I'm Jake.
I'm Emma.
This is Slow English Listening. See you next week.
And to the barista who saw me say, I'm also all set,
Jake, I understood the assignment. Eventually.
bye everyone.
Bye.